I'm Teresa Silva-Byers and we're cooking in pajamas with Fruit of the Land. And today we're making a Dutch baby pancake. It's one of my personal favorite breakfasts at the moment, and you probably already have everything you need at home. So what you need for this recipe are 3 eggs, half a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of butter melted, half of a rind of a lemon, half a cup of flour. I'm using spelt flour today, but you could use all-purpose flour, it works the same way. And then we have 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup. This is organic, it's local, and you can find it at Fruit of the Land, and it really is the best maple syrup out there. And then we have half a cup of whole milk. To make the batter is really simple. All you need is a blender. And then we're going to start with all of the liquid ingredients first, and then work our way to the dry ingredients. And the reason for this is because if you start with the dry, they'll all build up at the bottom of your blender, and it's just a mess to have to clean up after. We don't want that. So let's get started. We're gonna start with 3 whole eggs, beautiful whole eggs. I have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm gonna pop that right in. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, and here I'm using pure organic maple syrup, Canadian, from Fruit of the Land, and you can find that online, and it really is the best. So we're gonna pour that right in. And then we have half a cup of whole milk. I have made this before with alternate milk, so a nut milk or an oat milk, and the result is pretty much the same. You might see that the overall look of the pancake is a little crackly, but for the most part, the taste is there and it's still good. So now we're going to move on to half a cup of flour. I'm using spelt today because I find it easier to digest, but you could also use all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, whatever flour you have at home, as long as it's glutinous. Then we have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And last but not least, I have the rind of about half a lemon. So we're just gonna put that right in there. Put the lid on the blender. Make sure it's on nice and tight because we don't want a mess. And we just move it over to the base. All you're really looking to do with the batter is make sure that it's nice and combined. So you can see here, it's liquidy, it's consistent, you don't have any clumps in it, which is what you want. So it's perfect and it's done. It took only a couple of seconds. We have our batter ready and our oven's preheated, so it's preheated at 425. I'm going to take out my cast iron skillet and we're going to get baking. So I'm just gonna grab my trivet, make sure that's ready for me. Grab my gloves because your Dutch oven or your cast iron skillet will be hot. We're just gonna pull it out. Then I have about a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna put it on the pan and you swirl it around. And you swirl. Get it all over the sides because you don't want your pancake to stick. Swirl it around, and excellent. And then we take our batter, pour it right in. You might want to put it down if it's a little heavy for you, no problem there. Pour it right in. Open up your oven door. Take your skillet and place it on the middle rack. So you want to put it on the middle rack and you'll have it bake for 20 minutes. So as the Dutch baby pancake finishes, cooking, I thought I'd go through a couple of my favorite Fruit of the Land products that complement the pancake really well. Everything you see here is locally made, Canadian, and you could find it both online and in our stores once we reopen. So I'm gonna get started with the Kurtz jams, these mini jams here. These ones come from Niagara-on-the-Lake. They're the Kurtz line. It's a family of farmers that create wholesome, delicious Canadian products. And here we have the mini jam trio in my hand. So I have peach, strawberry, and raspberry. And these are great, not only on their own, but they also make a great little gift just like that, part of a care package, a thinking of you gift, maybe a birthday gift, whatever. We really love to put them in gift baskets or give them on their own. They're also really great once we start entertaining again on a brunch table, because you could have lots of different flavors scattered around the table. People could pick and choose what they want, and everyone loves the mini size. Next up, I have the nut butters. These are my absolute favorite. Not a day goes by where I don't have at least a spoonful of one of these. They're so creamy, they're so delicious. They're freshly ground here, so it's a different flavor, and they're so good. Once you try them, you'll know why I love them so much. Today I'm gonna be using the cashew butter on the pancake, but we also have almonds and pistachio. Next up, we have 2 full-size jars of jam for those jam lovers. One is the Fruit of the Land blueberry. Again, farm fresh. You get lots of little blueberries in every bite, full of flavor, beautiful color. Absolutely adore this one. Then we have the Kurtz Melange. So this is an assortment of farm fresh fruits, again from Niagara, so we're still sticking locally, and it's a real treat. And we have lots of different flavor combinations with this one. And then last but not least, it would not be pancakes without some sort of maple syrup. We're changing it up today with the blueberry maple syrup. So this is a combination of blueberries and pure maple syrup, and that's the timer. So that means that the pancake is ready. So I'm gonna move all of this to the side, and we're going to take our pancake out and see what it looks like. So part of the fun with these pancakes, I find, is that you never really know what it's gonna look like when it comes out, but it's always something fun, it's always something impressive, and always something delicious. So, beautiful, puffy. Honestly, I love these so much. I wish you could smell this. Look how beautiful and golden that is. Puffy, fun, and this can serve anywhere from 2 to 4 people. So I'm just gonna place it here, let it cool for a bit, and then we're gonna serve it. So now that the Dutch baby pancake has cooled a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and serve it. So I like to cut mine in quarters, and it's so soft that you can use a spatula. So get a beautiful quarter of that. You could use a knife. I don't like using a knife on top of or putting it against a cast iron skillet, but like I said, it's so soft that your spatula will do. So take a quarter of that. Make sure it's loose. There we go. Now you will find that your pancake does sink a little bit. Don't worry, it's totally normal. It doesn't affect the taste at all. And you can see that there's just this little layer here that gets kind of custardy and delicious, and you can thank the eggs for that. So I'm just going to put that down there. And today, what I will be topping my pancake with, we're going to do the melange, the Kurtz Melange from Niagara. I'm going to do a bit of cashew butter, and then last I'm going to top it off with the blueberry maple syrup. So take my spoon. Now of course, if I was serving this with people to people as a part of my brunch, I would just serve the Dutch baby pancake in the skillet as it is, and then cut it up and have people dress it themselves, because that's part of the fun. So I have my jam. I'm going to take a bit of the cashew butter. And again, look at just how creamy and delicious that is. It's so luscious. And the big part of that is because it is freshly ground. So you really do taste the difference. So we're gonna take some of that, and I'm just going to casually, carefully drizzle it on top, slowly. Get that beautiful flavor. And you don't need much, but if you want more, you could definitely do that. Now I have my maple syrup, my blueberry maple syrup, the last little bit, and I'm just going to drizzle it on top, like so. So here we have it, our Dutch baby pancake, all dressed up, ready to go. We have the melange on top, the Kurtz melange on top, the cashew butter, the blueberry maple syrup to finish. Enjoy your pancakes, stay safe. Thank you for sharing Cooking in Pajamas with me, and we'll see you soon.